When it comes to transforming toys, Dungeons and Dragons is not the thing that I would think comes to mind. However, I'm not against it. I think it's really cool having these transforming figures based on iconic Dungeons and Dragons monsters and creatures. So we have the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves diceling thimberchaud. Now, thimberchaud is a very hefty red dragon set to appear in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and the box art really shows an awesome rendition of what he looks like in the film. You can see right there, really awesome render. He's breathing fire. He's pretty chonky. I like how his kind of spikes on the side kind of form like some weird dragon sideburns, which is pretty cool. It says Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Same generic artwork with like the symbols and all that kind of stuff. You can see what the dice looks like. Just a red 20D dice. Changes, conversion. Side, we have another image of thimberchaud advertising plastic-free packaging. Then on this side, we have a really awesome rendition of the character, kind of this dungeon area that thimberchaud appears to be living in from what we've seen in the commercials. He just kind of lives inside this area that's scattered with bones and treasure, and there's like chains and stuff everywhere. So it looks like this is where thimberchaud is going to call home. We have an awesome look at the figure, but with that being said, let's get this one unboxed and take a closer look. Alright, so here's thimberchaud out of the packaging. He looks really cool. Now here's what the dice looks like, and you can see there are actually numbers written on it for the D20 dice. Focus, please. And it looks really cool. Obviously, there's a lot of segmentation because he just kind of folds into a nice D20, but inside there is thimberchaud. Anyway, just a little comparison here, and also it comes with the instructions here. Here's just some other D20s. Here's mine with the little dragons on it. Very cool. Here's my blue jello, otherwise gelatinous cube dice. And then my favorite one, which is the blue and red one. But these are actual D20s. You can see how big this guy is compared to your standard D20 dice. Anyway, I'm going to take a minute to get this guy transformed. So there'll be a jump cut, but we'll be back with a fully transformed thimberchaud. Alright, here is thimberchaud transformed into his mighty red dragon form, and he looks pretty cool. I don't know why they gave him blue wings, as in all the promotional imagery, and even the movie itself, it looks like his wings are either the same color as his body, or like a mahogany color, like a darker red. But hey, be looking like Charizard from Pokemon. So you can see right here, this is just a regular D20, and you can see what he looks like when he's not in his D20 form, when he's just in his red dragon form. He looks really cool. Now, there's lots of articulation for this guy, but first going over the sculpt, you can still see the numbers on there. My wings on my thimberchaud are really, like, loose, and I think that's because I dropped him while I was transforming him. But, he's got some really nice scale detail all over his body. And, here's his face. Now, he doesn't have those awesome spiky sideburns like he does in the movie, so this is what leads me to believe that he's just a generic red dragon that they decided to pass off as thimberchaud. But he still looks really cool. Obviously, he's got the little plates going down his belly. It doesn't continue on the bottom because obviously there's the dice part right there, number 13. He does have some nice spikes. Everything's all nicely painted. Even his toe claws and his hands are nicely painted. The wings have a nice kind of leathery texture to them, which is really awesome. And there's not much else to really say. He does have an opening mouth right here, you can see that. His head can move all the way around in this kind of weird, like, exorcist. It can move down, it can move up. Does move up and down, but that's due to transformation. And it can move side to side. Wings, obviously, are on individual joints, also kind of due to the transformation, but hey, you can make it work if you want to get in some poses. His arms move forward and they move back, and then at the elbow, they move in and out. Does have a rotation here at the wrist. Same for the other arm, moves out, moves back in, has a weird joint, and then the wrists can rotate. That goes for the same back legs, they move back and forth, and then it was up and down again here as well, and then at the kind of ankle. He does also have segmented tail. He moves back and forth, but again, most of this stuff is due to transformation, but hey, you can make it work if you wanted to. But that pretty much wraps up thimberchaud, the mighty red dragon that we're going to see attack our group of heroes in the movie. Altogether, pretty nice, awesome figure, and I recommend picking it up. But again, you can see just how big he is compared to just a regular D20. He's pretty big, so I don't know the legality of using him in his dice form, because one, you might break it, and two, I think there's a weight limit. The dices are weighted in D&D, so it might not be the correct weight. As far as my friend tells me, he's huge into D&D. He actually plays the role-playing game, so he'd know a lot about it more than I would. But still, it's a really cool figure. For comparison, here is the thimberchaud diceling next to the Doric Funko Pop. You can see how they size up. Here's diceling thimberchaud next to my keychain mimic plush. And finally, just for fun here is thimberchaud next to a generic Magic the Gathering Red Dragon card. See, it's just a real card. You can see how he compares to just a basic Magic the Gathering Red Dragon. Pretty cool. But there you have it, my review of the Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves thimberchaud diceling. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.